5 miles left. Hopefully I can make it to the end here without dumping this boat in the water. You just can't see anything ahead of you. So, oh, hit another rock, hit another rock. Okay.
Saudi Arabia on a ship for his own.
Pete, you running behind, dude.
I've been talking.
You've been talking.
Been talking too much. And now I'm behind. Actually, y'all are ahead.
We're ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's never behind. He's just significantly made improvements in our potential.
We're about to get started on day 2. When they released the dam last night, the water got up almost to our hammocks, which was up there. And now, after midnight, it's gone back down. That stick was well underwater, and the water went up to there. So that's what kept me up last night, wondering if the water would reach my hammock, and I would have to step down in a pool of water. But the weather is beautiful this morning. Everybody's up there getting their hammocks all put down. All right, let's get moving down the river. Well, we're underway. We're gonna move down, what'd you say, 22 miles, Pete? About 22, so we have 10 left tomorrow. This water in the river is beautiful this morning. The sun's coming up behind me, and it is fantastic. We got a long day. It's probably be a significant mileage day. It's gonna be fun. Let's go. On the banks of the river.
This time of day or afternoon, the sun's right there at the tree level. We turn So you'll see like the ripple start, and it's almost like an arrow or a roadway starts appearing. And at the bottom of that is usually wave trains. So where Mitchell's, see him headed for that green water?
Yeah.
Where there's no ripples?
Yeah.
That's usually always your route.
Okay.
And then you start to look at it. I'm not looking at that. You're messing up the stuff. Now we got to do it. If I die from a tree landing on my boat, please put it up on my channel so I can finally get that 1 million view video.
Well, we're somewhere around mile 14 or 15 for the trip. And some beautiful, just kind of slow water. I think there's more rapids ahead, but right now, just lazy river type, very shallow. Starting to see fish. This is fantastic. I'm so happy to be out here in the perfect weather. Got a little wind going, maybe 78 degrees. It don't get much better than this. We're coming to a residential section, I guess. There's some houses on the banks, and I just saw this, somebody had taken a stop sign and they had added onto the stop sign, and on the top it said, if you enjoy your life, and then it says stop, do not trespass here. So I think that was a pretty clear message that we will not be camping there tonight.
Starting to feel a little bit like lunchtime.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts exactly. Pete says it's time for lunch, so I think we're getting close to the dam.
Hamburger would be great.
Hamburger, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe some fries, because we didn't get fries yesterday.
If we find a hamburger joint with fries, I feel so good about that, I would be willing to let you buy me that.
I will consider your request. So we made it to the dam where we're gonna get out and hopefully get lunch. We're trying to find a way to port and get the boats down below the dam. Should be an interesting proposition, but hopefully there's lunch here, a restaurant, and then go to the other side of this dam, which I was right on the edge there. There's a waterway to the right, and then head back on the river. So we found a place to port in a little inlet, and there's a cafe behind us. So we're gonna go to the cafe and then find a way to get our boats down below the dam because we're up, what, 14 or 15 feet above the dam. Let's go eat lunch and then head down below the dam, see how we get there. I don't know, we're gonna have to carry our boats a good bit.
Have you been to Curtis General Store up there in Danbury?
Well, it looks like we're in business. There is a fire and rescue guy that we talked to, and he knew somebody at the bait shop on the other side of the dam. And he said he's gonna bring his trailer up and he will take our boats down to the bottom. Just a little finagling, and I think we've got a ride. Do that, bait tackle. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
So we got our boats out of the water, and me and Wes are getting his up to the road, and then we're gonna, Juliet Bait and Tackle came up to our rescue and gonna take us down to the river. So this ought to be fun. I think we're about halfway mark. I think we're about at 20 miles. So we only got another 20 miles to go. We'll probably do another 10 today till dark, then camp and get up tomorrow and do about 10. Walking down from Juliet, there's the town behind me with the Whistle Stop Cafe. The outfitter company that has some cabins down here and does like paddle rafting and stuff, they agreed to let us put in at their boat launch. Okay, we're back in the water. Crisis avoided. Had some good luck with some great people who gave us a ride. That was what we had to get around. We were on top of that dam. We came out this side, went to the little town. We're about to head down to the right side of this big, massive island. Maybe 10 miles, let's go for it.
Hoping that we get a full 20 in today, and that would leave 12 tomorrow. 12? Yeah.
I think we're at about 22 miles total. I think we've got about 8 miles left today. And the sun's beating down, so that's why I got my hoodie on, because I'm just trying to avoid getting blisters, sun poisoning. I've had that before, and it's not fun, especially at night when you're in a hammock laying there just feeling burned. Wish you had some aloe. Absolutely beautiful out here. 80, probably 80 degrees. Fantastic. Love this river. The Ocmulgee has been super fun. Keep paddling. Well, we hit like kind of like a, what was that, Dan, a 2 or 1?
Maybe, I mean,
Still 1. Okay, we'll just call it a 3 then.
yeah, it could have been a low 2.
Anyway, we just hit 1 and I missed the line. You know, they always talk about the lines. I try to hit in the V where the water's going, and I missed it. Ran up on the rock. The water dumped in on my kayak and got me all drenched. But I didn't flip, so all things considered, still a good run. Made it through. It was a really nice little rapid, so anyway, we'll call it a 3, though it's probably less than a 1, maybe a 1. apparently one of the precursors of these River Kings trips is sometimes you paddle till dark to find a campsite, and the river we're on, the banks right now are fairly high. I mean, it's 8 feet, so probably not a campsite anywhere in sight. We've got about 3-4 more miles till we'll start looking, but I guess if we find something before then, we'll go. But if not, I got the headlamp, I'm ready to use it. We just paddle all the way to Macon. Well, that was a little interesting. I went over that really big drop. I would say 3 to 4 feet total, maybe 5 feet total, but you just hit these little ledges. And I thought I was flipping. This little boat's narrow. It's got that keel on the bottom, so it's once you get going, you can't turn it real quick. It doesn't react really well. But made it through it. Got over this little ledge that I thought was about to flip. Even Pete gave me the approval, so I feel good about it. We just went up into this little slough here, thinking there was a good campsite, and it's not great. You gotta go up the banks about 8 feet to get up in there. So we just decided to keep going. It's 7 o'clock, 7:15. Heck, we maybe spend the night in Macon, kayaking in the dark for another 10 miles. It's about to get dark. Okay, it's getting late in the day and my boat is filling up because I keep hitting all these rocks, and then I'll go sideways and my boat will fill up with water. Haven't flipped, but I've just continued to fill up because it's so dark I can't see the rocks ahead of me. I guess that's what happens late in the day. It just, all the contrast of the water, you can't see the rocks. So I've gotten sideways several times and filled up my boat. Wes gave me his sponge. So I'm trying to, in between these little rapids, empty it out. In the meantime, I am feel like the Titanic in my boat. My legs are pretty much underwater, but I'm having a great time. I am loving it. All right, so we're paddling at night. The campsites are just not turning up, not enough. We got to have 8 hammocks and we haven't found 8 hammock spots. The banks are really high, and I think we only have about 5 miles left, so I think we've probably done 30 or 32 miles a day. And I'm paddling at night. This is awesome. I've never been able to do this. It's just so cool. The only thing is you can't see the rocks in the water, so I don't know. I'm just gonna have to follow people, but it's exciting. I'm having a blast. All right, let's finish it out. 5 more miles to Macon, and then I guess we'll camp in the park, even though that'll be a stealth camp. I'm not really sure you're supposed to camp there. I don't know exactly, but we're kind of in a necessity situation because our trucks are not there. So here we go. Let's keep paddling in the dark. Yes, sir.
Ooh, everyone wants to be a River King. It's time to do River King stuff, right?
I'm having a blast, man. This is so exciting.
We're about to shoot a rapid in the dark.
Yes!
Hey, Brad sealed our fate when he opted not to take the bushy campsite, and I wouldn't have it any other way. This is my kind of paddler. But I hear a rapid. It sounds like about 20 feet, so we should probably turn the lights off.
Let's turn it off. Let's go. Let's go. Sorry, guys. We'll talk to you in 3 miles. We just went through this place where Pete said to take your light off and just use the force. Use the force, Luke. Use the force. So we got to figure out how to get through all these rocks at night when you cannot see a thing. I'm turning this light off now. I think we got about 30 minutes left. This is super exciting. Well, we made it to our destination. It's midnight. We continued to paddle after dark, looking for a campsite, but once it got dark, you could barely even see the rocks in the water. In fact, you really couldn't. I kept hitting rocks. But it was super fun. I've never paddled in the dark like that before. We found some trees and kind of a stealth campsite area that we're in. We're at our destination. We're just going to call for our shuttle tomorrow and get out. But we ended up doing, I think it was 35 miles today. So big day of paddling, and some of it in the dark. Super fun. Yeah.
Brad, man, hey look, I know you're kind of shutting down, but look, I just found out.
Yeah?
We're only 3 minutes walk to a Waffle House.
Waffle House is,
sounds pretty good.
Let's do it.
You want to do it?
I'll go.
I'm down.
Let's go.
Let me get set up and let's go Waffle House.
We're going to Waffle House, man. Well, it's midnight, and you know what that means. It's time to go to Waffle House. So Pete suggested we go to Waffle House. Yes, sir. I'm in my long johns and some wet shorts and some nasty creek shoes. I've seen a gator, a beaver. What else have we seen tonight?
What didn't we see?
We've seen everything. So now we're in a stealth campsite and we're gonna walk to Waffle House. I'm sure that's a good idea. We've had a lot of good ideas today. This ought to be a good one too.
And everything. This is gonna be something.
Well, it's morning day 3. We've stayed about 6 hours in some hammocks, and we're here at the park. We had kind of the stealth camp because didn't have a choice. River took us where we could go, and it was 11 o'clock when we got here. Nothing we could do, so we're packed up, a few hours sleep, and we're gonna head on out of here in about an hour. We're waiting for our ride. Everybody's got their stuff down. Our kayak's up here to the parking lot. Let's go.
Have you seen your crew?
Yeah, we're pretty ragged, man.
I mean, I got an Alabama boy over here with a headlamp on trying to stealth me.
Oh,
Look,
no.
film it.
That is not
Film it. Film it. What? That's
Come on,
Dan, that's day 1 stuff with the headlamp. You wear headlamps.
It's daylight.
So I thought that this was a abnormal River Kings adventure, but hearing more about this is pretty much the norm. There's something gonna go haywire, but just absolute spectacular.
It's only haywire if you're expecting things to go a different way.
Right?
When you're expecting things to go this way, as Kevin pointed out to you all day, when you turn down the first campsite, he called every minute.
Every minute past that,
I've seen this play out before.
Yeah.
And that's y'all ready for the Cracker Barrel?
Anthony. Well, the trip's coming into an end. All the boats up. And we're going to Cracker Barrel. So that's a good reward for this. And look what Pete hooked me up with. Something called cam straps, which I've never heard of.
Friends don't let friends bungee and drive, folks. Don't let them just step in, take those bungees away from them, put cam straps on their boat.
Appreciate it very much, Pete. This has been a great group. Thank you guys for allowing me to join in. Pete, thank you so much for letting me come.
It was a blast, brother, anytime.
It was awesome. Paddling at night, absolutely awesome. See you next time on As a Crow Flies Hiking.